I think that shamanism has certain dangerous elements that you can be free of if you upgrade yourself to some of the protections that magic uses. And shamans deal with nature, and nature's undifferentiated, violent, um, but it's like the purest form of magician or doctor or therapist as you can get, but it opens them up to a lot of dangers that I mean, the world is big. Just because you know a certain dance or ritual that maybe you developed in your tribe in a certain area, that doesn't necessarily mean that that would work somewhere else, even if it's dealing with the same animals. You know, nature is so big and vast. You know, some things work, but we're dealing with a lot of adversity and as pretty small beings on a very big world. So like I made me this little fire pit out here. I'm going to show you. I made my camera compliant. So as you can see, it's in here and I have ash. And I started burning with very specific things that were paper and the type of stuff you would burn, but to release old patterns, old ways, old memories. I didn't make it completely um, dedicated just for the purpose of burning for myself. We still burn trash here. For whatever reason, we don't have trash service. We called them and they said they don't go as far as us. This was back when my dad was still alive. Um, but we watched the trash truck pass our place. They go further than here. So maybe they had their full amount of customers, maybe something else. I mean, that's probably more likely to be the case, what I said. Um, but I don't know. I mean, how can I know? All I'm saying is that they gave us a reason, and it wasn't very long before we found out that it wasn't that good of a reason. It wasn't good enough. And I say, I don't think they were fucking with us, but at the time it wasn't cool. So I'm gonna use it to burn other stuff as well. But I'm also hoping, and I have in my heart, I'm not gonna do no rain dance. But one of the things that usually happens in this process, and I do this for the reason because there's a very Ouroboros um, sense within it of you know uh, eternal recurrence. Ring a bell? I mean, you could say that, and you can get a lot of peace from eternal recurrence. That can be a very peaceful thought when you think about chaos in the world, you know. But it can also be a very triggering sort of thing too, where you can feel like you're trapped and like there's no meaning in it, you know. Just because some things are dangerous, be it interacting with the invisible part of nature, the occulted spiritual world, doesn't have to be so dangerous, but it's never going to be free of danger. It's fraught with danger. It really is, because you're still dealing with something. Your consciousness that you're dealing with has, you know, within its subconscious depths, all the monsters that have ever possibly rose and done mankind a wallop. But I came out here to burn my trash, and I'm still hoping for rain. I got a nice cloud on top of me, and it's the only one that's got any darkness to it. Wouldn't it be nice if it did rain on me? I think it would be, because like I said, I'm looking for the rain. I've never seen it more um what do you say? Um I've never seen it more dry here than now. It's freaking dry. What's up, homie? I know, I took me one too, man. I napped good. Yeah.
And the cats are bugging me for food.
Do you see that? The wind immediately responds. Yeah, I don't think we're getting the rain. But we did get some work. He said that at his aunt's house he's got some siding that needs to be done, but that'll be next week. We went to go take out and put in 3 window units. Yeah, yeah. Just a little air in the bottle. Doesn't shock me like it should when it explodes. I just wait for it to happen. But I mean, that's life. You know, life is that way, and it'll present you what you need when you need it, and you may not always understand. But if you're able to move with it, and you can find your gifts, but don't think that you don't have them, and don't think that the world is just stuff. It's not just particles and stuff like that. It's a field, and you're a field too. Your consciousness is a field within this reality, and within your ability to interact and mediate that relationship of yourself and the field. There's a whole lot that you're able to do that could be good in the world. Of course, you could be a negative person and you could choose to do negative, but there's a price to that. But it's up to you, and you have the freedom to do that. You have the freedom to be a piece of shit and just serve yourself and try to crawl your way on top of all the others that are doing the same, who are living in a delusion of belief in separation. There is no separation. We're all actually the same. We're the same consciousness, and we have this condition of veil, and it allows us not to have access to a lot of information, but it provides us a great catalyst for growth. That what we don't know, because there's the ability to disbelieve that truth, but you can come to realize it again, and it can do you a great lot of good to do that. Of course, you don't have to. You could live this life, and then you could just live a few more and work out your karma out here. on the world and gain a lot of experience. A lot of young souls are doing that, and they're not to the point to where they've ever realized there's unity consciousness. But the sad thing is, or I don't know if it's sad or not, if you choose the negative path and you go that way, and it's an extremely difficult path because of the amount of command and control that you have to do over other people in the belief of that separation, that it's pretty extreme. 95% service more to yourself than serving anyone else. Like, a negative being can love their mom, you know, they can be sweet to their mom. See, that fits in the only 5% serving others, you know. But to graduate, they've got to be 95% about just themselves. Whereas the positive path only has to be 51% about others than themselves. And that 1% represents the momentum forward. It's not the extreme more over the 50% that the 95 is. That's a that's a big difference, a factor of a lot. So I'm basically saying. And after sixth density, according to the law of one, there is no more veil. There is no more service to self path work. If you want to move up beyond that, you have to subscribe and have a relationship with unity consciousness. There is nothing else to control and dominate beyond that point. There is no more um, of that. So, but one of the things that I've learned recently is that although I'm a magical minded person and I always have been, I've got a new founded understanding of that sanctity that you need. Like the magician creates and consecrates their tools, whereas I sort of take everything that I have around me and I subject it to that um, entertainment of duality in some sort of way. Everything that I have, like this pitchfork, this Bavarian pitchfork. Of course, I got paint over where it says it's Bavarian. It has the date, but this is an old antique. I don't even know where the hell I got it, but I know it's mine and I got it somehow along the way. This, what the hell is this about? This is just a Ninja Turtle sigh, but this handle the river gave me, I think it's from a paddle. Looks like it. Because it is. Didn't have the paddle on it. But in the same place, there's a spot in there where it just, sometimes stuff will be in there just like spinning around. Like I got this bottle in there and it looks like the I Dream of Genie bottle. I looked up the Dream of Genie bottle on here just to see how close it was, and it's pretty close. It's pretty damn close, and that was useful to me, and I kept it. It was actually a soap dispenser. It had the squirter and the stuff. It was just upside down. It kind of looked like one of those grenades from World War II the Germans used. Fortunately, it wasn't one of those, but I was a little bit leery. Hell, I've got two bowls on the porch that I found them at different times, but they're complementary. One's cream colored, the other one black. They match each other perfectly. I've used them for years. I just currently am now using both of them in the action of feeding cat with water, which is what I'm going to do now, is give my kitty cat some water. But I have a chain around here to represent the circle because why not? But this is pretty close to as magical circle as I need. I have another one out in the front woods. There's no actual circle. It's just an area, and then it's got the dug out divot where I had this big stone, and I started doing a lot of this research. That stage of my research was necessary because I needed my dad alive. I needed him to be around. I needed to see what was going on and what was missing from that relationship that I wanted to gain of his, which I strongly even I think that I got some things even from my grandfather, especially the last time I went out there because I remembered the details of his father and what had happened because I had crossed this fence back here, went down the side to the front, and it's just such an amazing landscape to go back there and to have it open up like it does in the front. It's just amazing. I didn't know there was that big of a space out there. Nobody on it. And there is. I used to spend a lot more time in trespasser mode uh, when I was younger. I don't I don't just do it now because if I did, I'd probably be hunting mushrooms on the other side where all the cows are. But I don't think those cows put out mushrooms because of changes that have been made in their feed to cut down on that. But if there were, you can bet I would be getting down on it. That's just something I wanted to share. Because it's important to know your ways as if born to them, like they say on Dune. But not everybody's able to get there like you can, and it does you good to get some help. I just talked to a friend of mine because uh today's my grandmother's birthday, and I remembered, not that I would forget, but I still have her number. So I text her happy birthday, and she had moved, but she'd lived out here for a long time, and she moved. But somehow she got the message, and I talked to her, and I shared a lot of this stuff. And she was born on my grandmother's birthday. So in a lot of ways, like I was friends with my grandmother, the friendship that we have, I think, exists because of the day. The day and the 2 days, my birthday and her birthday, share a special affinity and easily have for a friendship. Me and his cat. What's up, dude? Hold on, homie. So that's some of the stuff that I wanted to share. I'll probably share this video with her because I think she'll appreciate it. She's a teacher, and said she got back into teaching, and I'm happy for her. And she knows that I have a love for teaching and sharing some of these experiences and trying to put them in a context that is difficult, that's not so easy for other people to to understand, even given the exceptional use of the English language at my command. Sometimes it's just not so easy to grasp or wrangle some of these concepts because the tremendous emotional energy and spiritual connotations sort of make it big deal sometimes. It can be hard. It doesn't make it impossible. It just means it's harder and more worth doing. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. I think I will share this with her.